I love working for Kids in Kinship. We're an organization that truly does make a difference. A lot of people say we change people's lives. I've seen it. We transform kids through the use of a mentor, and it's really heartwarming to see them blossom into who they're meant to be. I've worked for the organization for 22 years. I wouldn't be around this long if I didn't love the organization and what it does for youth. We get to see long-term results in our kids. Our matches, many of them, become lifelong friendships. We're really determined and persistent in our approaches to recruit mentors to our organization. We have many children on a waiting list, and that passion drives us to find those people. We've learned to key messages to different audiences. So if we're wanting to recruit an older person, we will appeal to what they've learned, what their life skills have been, and how they could share that with a youth. If we're looking for a young person, we can talk about things that they can explore together with a child. We have a very specific recruitment plan that we utilize that spells out how we're going to approach churches, civic groups, individuals, and that really helps guide our work in that area. Years ago, we had an article in the paper, and a gentleman responded to it. He since became a mentored a youth for many years, and has now finished his formal mentoring with that youth, but instead he started a very large fundraiser for us that is now in its 9th year. That wouldn't have been possible without the kind of exposure that we got in the media, through our partnership with Media Relation. That is just one example of the types of things that make an impact on our organization. We're a very small nonprofit, so this has been just a huge opportunity for us. It gives us that good housekeeping seal of approval to have media exposure for our organization. People hear about us, recognize the name, and therefore drives traffic into our organization to become mentors or donors. What I've found in working with the media is that stories is really what promotes action. If I can tell a story about a youth and how they've been changed through a mentor, that's going to, in a very heartwarming way, explain to someone what we're all about. When I do interviews, I think about what the media is going to want, particularly in a written article. I know they're going to be looking for 2 or 3 good quotes, and so ahead of time I prepare what I'm going to say and have them concise bullet points that I can feed to them so they get what they want for the article. I do try to have some key points that I know I'm going to get across. The time goes so quickly, you don't realize that, but in a few seconds it feels like it's all over. So I want to make sure I get my points in, my talking points that I've prepared ahead of time, but I fit them into a conversation. Having media coverage for us is maybe just kind of the starting point for how we use that article or that TV clip. I put it into my signature on my email. I post it on Facebook. I send it out to our donors and say, hey, look, we were just in the Star Trib. I use it in any way I can think of to get more mileage out of that initial exposure. The coverage that we've been able to get through Media Relations has really assisted our fundraiser events. It causes some excitement and education to people about the event coming up and really drives traffic to our events. As the director of Kids in Kinship, a nonprofit, I do many presentations to local groups like Rotaries, church groups, try to get links to our website through other organizations. But the advantage that we have through our media that we've gotten through Media Relations is that we can tell that story to such a broader audience through an article in the Star Tribune or a TV interview. I've reached the masses rather than just my local community.